the Voyage family, welcome to another episode of The Voyage. If you're watching for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscription button, subscribe, like, and follow us for more videos. And today, on our wonderful episode, we have a wonderful and outstanding scholar again, in person of Dr. S.K OJO, who is a senior lecturer in the Department of Microbiology in one of the federal universities. Doctor, you're welcome to our channel.
Thank you for having me on the program.
It's our pleasure, sir. We'd love to go straight to the questions because we wanted to share your journey, this academic. When did you start and finish your PhD program and where?
Well, my PhD program started around August 2009 and I finished May 2015. It's almost a 6 years program.
Wow.
And it's actually worthwhile journey.
What happened? Why it took that long?
Well, you also asked where I did my PhD program.
Yeah,
I was at Ambrose Ali University, Epoma.
Oh, Epoma University. Okay. So why did it take that long? Why 6 years?
Primarily, it boils down to funding. And that was actually the main challenge because you have to, in microbiology discipline, you have to spend a lot, and especially doing molecular studies. And all that had to couple with a hike in school fees as at that time at Epoma. The school fees was doubled.
Wow.
So that also affected, and like I said earlier, coupled with trying to source for money to run the bench work, and then you have to at least get a large sample to deal with, and a lot of other analysis you need to conduct on the work, which are also very expensive also.
So how did you scale through that financial hurdle?
Well, it got to a time that I had to go source for external loans, source for cooperative loans, source for loans from the bank. I also had to source, I took a salary advance from my place of work then, like that. So that's how I was able to at least cope within the 6 years
program. Okay, sir. So what life lessons did you learn during your PhD program, and how have you applied it after the PhD program?
Is the life lessons that one needs to be determined. Because I was resolute of having the PhD certificate, not just to have it because I know what I believe in myself. So the second thing is believe in yourself. Like that, even though along the way it was as if I should pull back, as if I should drop the program, especially because of these financial challenges. Home front is also there, like that. So, but because of my resolution, my determination, and the belief I have in myself, that's because right from childhood I believe I've seen myself to be called a professor, to be on a PhD holder.
Wow, congratulations, sir. And was the journey really worth it?
Yes, it does. I was able to also probably discover the tenacity in research, like that, so that doing quality work, although some journey will at least now give me strength to pull through in my research career.
Okay, sir. So during the PhD program, what was the relationship with your supervisor?
That's a big question.
Wow.
My supervisor, well, I would say there is this fear, there is this master-slave approach, even though somebody who is a simple because one, probably because of his busy schedule as at this time.
Okay, during your PhD journey, when was your highest point and when was your lowest point?
My highest point was, let me see, maybe when I was given dates of my external examination.
Oh my God.
I was like, at last. And the lowest point was the point when I got frustrated that, like I said, I was almost, I wanted to pull out of the program. On a second thought, I decided to go and meet him, and I told him about my financial challenges, and I said that this is what I want to do. I just wanted him to at least prove of it. That
Yes, you went to meet your
my supervisor, yes.
Okay.
And I told him all I was going through. And I said I needed to continue the bench work that is actually taking more funds, so that any fund that I'm able to raise, I want to push it into the research work, and I will have to stop paying school fees like that. He said, okay, there's no problem.
So, how did you join the academics?
Well, it's way back November 2007. I left the industry as a quality control manager. I applied for a lecturing job in Delta, the Novena University, precisely. And November 2007, I picked up my resignation letter and I joined the academics.
If you could turn back the hands of time and do your PhD all over again, what would you love to change?
Our approach to our PhD supervision or postgraduate supervision generally, where we also get ourselves involved in the student research. Like I said earlier, mentor-mentee relationship, so that we don't just leave them alone to the whole work. Because as the challenges build up, if there is a cordial relationship or the supervisor is also very much on ground, you'll be able to see how to at least help students circumvent those challenges, even when you allow them to at least go into it first, but you are waiting at the other end to help them out of the problem, rather than they only trying to, they have entered into the problem, they're looking for a way out, and that can take another couple of months. And we all do not have the same tenacity, the same strength in handling life challenges, research challenges like that. So I think I want to work on that. And two, also on the funding aspect of it. We're not saying the supervisor should give out money, but at least if there's any opportunity for funding, you can also introduce your students to it like that, so that will also help. Another thing is, we'll say, facilities now. That's seriously affecting our research here in Nigeria specifically, as compared to probably someone who will travel out of the country to run his bench work, because the facilities are there, the collaborations are there, like that. So whoever is going to be a PI has one or two collaborations, has one or two facilities that we can use, as compared to here where you as a student, you are meant to buy virtually everything. Because that was another thing that affected me too. Was I had to buy everything, virtually everything that I needed for my benchwork equipment, disposables, and things like that. If it is just probably to run analysis and do some basic benchwork, do my molecular work, I don't think it will have been that laborious for me.
What do you wish you had known about the academic world before you joined?
I think, even though I'd loved to be in the academics, but it still boils down to this mentorship like that. And because, one, I did not really know that based on assessments, how to move up the ladder like that. Most of us just thought, okay, you're going in there, yes, to lecture, but beyond lecture, for you to be assessed, for you to move from one career level to another, you need to research and you need to publish. And like we have a slogan, either publish or perish, like that. And for some of us, that we also need to publish in high impact factor journals, like that. So those are challenges which I think those that are our seniors within the career pathway should and least quickly begin to educate those who are coming into the academics, so that right from day one, as they take up the appointments, they know the intricacies about university job, especially when you come in as a lecturer. That is not only for you to teach, but you also for you to do research work and community service. So this community service and research, even though I know I'm going to do research, but I didn't really know it's going to be uh, this very tactical that it will be hinged on my promotion like that. Like maybe when you're in the industry, you're not doing any research, you're not doing any teaching. At least after the normal year, you get your normal promotion. But it's not like that within the academic. So those ones, I think there should be that, will I call it, academic culture that needed to be introduced to the upcoming ones, or those who are already within, or those who are willing to join the academics, for them to know that academics, we are into three cardinal focus: teaching, research, and community service, and the three of them add values to your promotion.
All right, thank you, sir. What do you like and dislike about your career?
Like and dislike. Well, what I like about my career is mentoring people.
Yeah.
I love seeing people develop around me, doing better than I do, like that, because that's my own joy. When I see those I have trained and they're excelling there, and because definitely anyhow, at least they will know that somebody trained them like that. So that's has been my joy coming into the academics, mentoring like that has been my passion. But for dislike, do I really have any dislike?
Hmm.
Except probably inadequate funding within the university system, like I said earlier, like that might just be the dislike, like that. Or if there is adequate funding, like that, to do research will not be difficult, and to do some other works. And okay, maybe another dislike is poor salary,
Okay.
like that. So that at least when you have at least a good pay, good wage bill, like that, you're able to at least take care of your own funds, and you can concentrate, because for those of us in research, especially science research, you need absolute concentration, and you can't be in the lab thinking about solving uh, the local problems and the global problems, and you're having your own challenges. Definitely, there's going to be a distraction, and you can lose focus of what you're actually doing. So that would be probably a dislike.
Okay, what is the most interesting part in your area of research?
Well, the most interesting aspect is that finding solutions to challenges within uh, uh, will I say, within the local, because my research is tailored towards handling local challenges, which are also of global implications too. Like if you're talking about antimicrobial resistance, is of local challenge, and it's also of a global challenge too. One Health is also of local and global challenge too, like that. So I think that is.
Sir, can you explain your area of research to a layman? Like, okay, this is exactly what I'm trying to solve.
Okay, for my own research interest, I said I'm into phytotherapeutics, and some persons will call it ethnobotany or ethnopharmacology, like that's where we use the medicinal plants. And we know that from folkloric studies or traditional medicines, our forefathers, even to some of our parents, use these medicinal plants for us while we are growing up, like that. And we see the efficacy of those medicinal plants as compared to the use of antibiotics. And for me personally, I don't even like to use those antibiotics. But if you give me medicinal plants, instantly within 1 2 days, I'm already up, like that. So that's also spur my interest into that. So we see that there are a lot of crises, a lot of infectious diseases, a lot of health challenges like that are actually pathological, and that means they are microbial in nature. So with that, we also know that medicinal plant that we have around us, growing around us, like that you don't need to spend any money on, just with little money, even when you go to the market, with little money, you can buy medicinal plants that you can use. So the challenge there we have is on the dosage. Like that's the problem we have, and that's where the government actually needs to look into and invest more. And if you look at developed countries, you see them developing their own herbal products, turn it into capsules. They are well regulated by the FDA, like that. US, by for those in UK, we have heard about forever living products. They are all medicinal plants. Heard about all these Tianchi, all these Chinese herbal teas like that. They are all, we also have them here like that. I remember that I worked with a Philanthus Amaris for my PhD, and at least to some extent to date, I was still working on that.
So which one is that? What is
Philanthus Amaris?
What is the name that we the layman?
Okay, Yoruba call it Enyolobe.
Okay, Enyolobe.
Yes,
okay.
That's Yoruba.
What does it do?
You can use it to take care of malaria, like that, any feverish condition, even intestinal tract infections like that, gastroenteritis.
Is it really common in Nigeria? Is this the southwest, or where is it commonly found?
Yeah, it's common in Nigeria, both southwest to the southeast like that, and even to the north. So it's just there. And the funniest why I'm bringing this up was that I was at a program one time, and a friend of mine had to buy this product from India, and he was trying to convince me about it. That I just got this about tea from India, and it's very potent. And when he brought it, I said, "This is my PhD. This is the plant I use for my PhD work." Before I mentioned him, I told him this is Philanthus Amaros, and I told him the Yoruba name, and I said, "This is what he said." Yes, how did you? I said, "This I spent 6 years researching on this like that, and these are things." And I took him outside and said, "This is the plant."
Wow!
I said, "So it is what we have." But those people, they package it and they sold it in dollars.
Wow!
To him, and that is what he's now drinking. And I said, I just harvest it around me, and anytime I feel feverish and I have malaria symptoms like that, I just harvest, rinse and boil, and I take. Sometimes I rinse and I just chew with the seed like that, and before some hours I'm already okay like that. So he was shocked. And I said, that is what we are using here in Nigeria, because we don't invest in such things. We're only looking at what's all those antibiotics, which most of the antibiotics that are actually imported into the African continent are not designed for us. They are not meant for us. Because if you look at our conditions, if you look at our own body mechanisms like that, do not actually support all that. So that's why most times we have a terrible side effect, high level of toxicity against our own body organs like that. So I think the Nigerian government should be able to look absolutely into that. It's another source of GDP.
Sir, when you finished your PhD and you invented something like that, did you write a proposal to the government for sponsorship, or what were the things to do so that at least the government can know, oh, we have this this breakthrough research that we have to invest?
Yes, that's the problem we have in Nigeria here. When I remember that I submitted the proposal to NCDC, and that's a bit, I did not really hear anything about it. So that's a serious discouragement, where you have researched on something and you are submitting a proposal probably for further research, further studies on it, and nothing. You send mails, no acknowledgement, no reply, and all that. So it's something that actually also affects us as researchers like that. So many researchers, we have brilliant researchers in this country that have been able to discover some things like that, but everything has ended on their workbench, on their shelf like that, or in the library. And what we now do is just for us to publish and to get maybe our promotion, and which should not be like that. So we need government to
there should be okay. Thank you, sir.
such an interface like that.
Interface, yeah.
And also another thing we lack is this how we can relate the town and the gown together. The gown, that is for those of us in academics, the town is in the industry. Like that. You see developed countries where the town goes to the gown. We have this challenge or want to do this. We are funding this. We are giving out this money. Help us design this. And you see Pfizer during COVID-19. Pfizer and all those biotech like that. They are the one, they have released money to the gown. So research institutions, all those professors and all those things like that, and people were researching on it. So at the end of the day, it comes back to them, and that's where you now see them selling all these products at an exorbitant price. And by the time they will ship it to Nigeria or to other parts of the African continent, you know that you are buying through your nose. So if we also do say here, there are a lot of antibiotics that are being imported that we might not probably begin to subscribe to, that will have our solution like that.
Right here in this country.
In this country.
Thank you, sir. And what is your relationship with your postgraduate students? What is your take on the mentor-mentee relationship?
Well, I have an open policy. And one, I let them know who I am. Some of them I'll tell them, okay, you can search about me, make findings about me, like that. So that it won't be probably I'm just telling you about myself. But I also tell them about myself and principles. And I love hard work. If you are not hardworking, you can't work with me. Because I work around the clock. I also expect you to also be, I will always put you on your toes and I expect you to deliver for me like that. So because during my own days too, from my undergraduates, masters, my PhD, I've always been working around the clock. So it's part of my nature. Like that. I know everybody might not have the same nature, but at least we must build in this resilience to our students so that at any time they are facing any challenges, what you have built into them will help them to survive that. So if I've also built up myself, probably I would not have been able to, because during my master's too, I also had such challenges, and my PhD, more like that. So I think those challenges from even undergraduates like that. I remember when my undergraduate supervisor just gave me a leave and said, that's your project topic. No topic, no nothing. Where can I find
just
it?
A leave.
Just a leave. Where can I find it, sir? Well, I don't know. What is it used for, sir? It's a medicinal plant.
So how did you get to know what to do?
For several months, I had to preserve the plant. And for several months, I was walking about the streets, roads,
oh my God, looking for that lead.
Like that. Tenacity I've learned from undergraduate days also saw me through my master's program. And that's from my master's again, also saw me through my PhD. So program. I also put my student too on that same tool so that at least they can build strength.
So how do you cope with the ones that don't have the strength? You know, we have different level of strength.
Yes.
So how do you cope with different students with different level of strength and
yes,
endurance?
I tried as much as possible to understand their level of strength and weakness, and encourage those who are weak to measure up. I push that challenge to them. So you can do it. Those who are doing it better are not better off than you. You only need to have probably extra time and probably extra studies, and you also get it like that. So I push that challenge to them, and I've seen that helping most of my students like that. Those who are willing to actually work on that has actually been helping them. So I developed this mentor-mentee relationship in such a way that we have close relationship. I relate to my students. I come down to their level.
And let's go back to let's balance it with life. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do apart from reading and research?
Okay, my hobbies. I love watching nature. And we could just sit under a tree and be looking at those insects moving up the tree, worms, and how they are responding to their own environment, how the trees, how the leaves are also responding to the breeze blowing. And so I just love to watch nature, and I love to travel and to see, especially places like that, and see at least.
Okay, what are your talents and what are the hidden talents? Apart from, okay, talents.
My talent. I think my talent, I would say teaching.
It's united academics.
Yes, because right from childhood,
you've always loved to
I've
teach.
always loved to teach. I've been teaching right from my childhood.
Imparting knowledge.
Yes, that has been.
So what would the students be surprised to find out about their lecturer?
Probably pastoral counseling that I also offer to my students.
Pastoral counseling. But it's well known that researchers hardly believe in God.
Well, it is not like that. There's
a pastor too. You pastor a church?
I assist.
An assistant pastor in a church. An assistant pastor in a church. How do you cope with the level of your work schedule and then assisting to pastor a church?
Well, I would say it's grace.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. S.K OJO. We appreciate you for coming on the channel and to the show today. The Voyage family, I'm sure you have actually enjoyed today's show. Please join us for the next video when we bring in another scholar. Thank you for watching.